Hi, John Fugelsang. Hi.
Hello, greetings from the New York Bureau, children. Congratulations, Stephanie, on what a great special last week, even stricken with COVID. And of course, COVID is our code word for extensive opioid rehab. You were terrific.
John, I have to say, I loved you in every form. You're the man, the myth, the legend, in person, on the radio, on television, on tour. I have never seen you in stick figure form, and it was brilliant. The island of misfit smears, of Republican smears against Democrats was brilliant, sir. It was brilliant, Sir John Fugelsang.
You know what? That's a sketch. Thank you. That was a sketch. It's the island of misfit smears is where when a Democrat's been inaugurated or just election day's over, all the lies and BS the GOP tell to get hardworking white men to vote against their own interests, they're not needed. So where does Hunter Biden's laptop go when no one talks about it anymore? It goes where the Ground Zero Mosque went, where Benghazi went, where Hillary's emails went. So I tried to make this whole parody of Rudolph, and we shot it for the Christmas special, but I had green screen problems, so we literally had to reshoot the entire thing. But,
oh my God.
So much fun. And I had such a great time with all my sketches. Jack Hayes, Decriminalization Cop, I think is going to come this fall to CBS.
Yes.
And, Breaking Up with 2020, really, I really made that a 3-part drama. It was very close to my heart. And my Civil War, my Civil War parody, Ken Burns' Civil War Part 2. Ken Burns actually toilet papered my house last week, so I think it was successful. Thank you.
That was my idea. I told you to do that, and you did it. I
want to tell everybody this. We had our post-mortem meeting after the last Sexy Liberal, and it was you, and Sparks egged you on, saying, oh, you know what, John, because we had the meeting the day after. It was the day after the riot.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It was the day after the cucks of the coup, or as I call them, the coup clan. It was the day after the riot, and you, Stephanie, said you should do a Ken Burns Civil War parody of that. And I was like, is that a gauntlet you're throwing down? Are you challenging me? And I got a wonderful violist in Regina, Saskatchewan, to play Wayfaring Stranger because it's not copyrighted. And I put together how I think Ken Burns would make a film about what happened at that time, the last day of the Confederacy.
I love the letters home and the girls like, stop writing me, you freak. That's great. Yeah, it was brilliant. Anyway,
that's Natalia Reagan, who shoots all my stuff. She's my cinematographer for all my things, and she also acted in the Breaking Up with 2020 sketch, and she was in the Jack Hayes drug war cop sketch too.
Okay, listen, go to sexyliberal.com in the tour section. You can still watch it on demand. It is so current, and so it's so brilliant. Seriously.
By the way, I love what you did because you were sick, and you just filmed while you were sick. And honestly, like, it could have been a running gag, but you really pulled it together so well in the end. And substance is the last thing me or any of your audience expect from you, Steph. And you just surprised me so much. It was a lovely.
My COVID diaries, and I know the camera work was fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah, but but you put a button on it at the end that like really brought the whole thing together. I love just how these shows keep getting better and better and more fun.
John, it's too hard. People keep saying the best one yet. They said that was the best one yet. We're like, and I think we talked about it yesterday. Not to pat ourselves on the back, but do you understand what we're doing without any writers or producers? Like, we're doing a full-on Saturday Night Live, doing our own camera work, our own writing, our own so anyway. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of all of you. I'm blown away every single time.
Well, thank you. It's really a pleasure. And again, we are like SNL, except the last half hour of our shows are funny.
So, John, speaking of which, you were just talking about Republican smears. What is honestly your advice on when we get all like, oh, Benghazi, and I can't believe they're not going to, impeachment. They are immune to these charges of hypocrisy. Oh, Mitch McConnell shoved Amy Coney Barrett, and now he's talking about he stole a Supreme Court seat. Now he's talking about, respecting the rules. It's like, I feel like they're immune to that. We just have to do it. I was just talking about this one. Democrats are preparing to push through a large coronavirus relief package without Republican support if necessary in order to confront what they're calling a historic health and economic crisis in America. Yep. Chuck Schumer said only big, bold action is called for, pledging to move forward and pass a bill, even if Republicans object. They can muscle through spending legislation with only 51 votes, budget reconciliation. They can only use this twice, but it's the same procedure Republicans utilized several times over the past 2 decades to advance their agenda. And their agenda, John, is giving tax cuts to the rich, which blow up our deficit and ruin our economy. So I say hold your breath on Republican hypocrisy. Just do it. Use the same raw power they use to do things that are good for the people, and then make them run against that in 2 years. What do you think?
Charlie Brown knows the rules are someone holds a football and then I go and kick it. But Lucy knows the rules really are humiliate Charlie Brown because that makes me think I'm winning. And so we keep thinking the Republicans aren't playing by the rules. They're playing by the same rules they have played for since Newt Gingrich was sworn in 1994. And it's even older than that, because you had Watergate and that president walked away clean. You had Iran-Contra, 100 times worse than Watergate, no accountability. The Iraq War, no accountability. And now literal treason, literal sedition. And, on the one hand, this is not going to end well for Donald Trump. And these idiots, they've made their choice. When Kevin McCarthy went down there yesterday to kiss the ring, they made their choice as to what this country's going to be, what their party's going to be. And they care about MAGA liking them. They don't care about history books. And here's the deal. So they revealed their game plan, right? McConnell is flipped, by the way. First, McConnell was all about this impeachment, and now. So the plan is this: Obama, third term. They are going to obstruct everything and then have Trump run everywhere with all these candidates in 2022 against the do-nothing Democratic Congress. They're going to obstruct everything so Biden can't help people, because the only hope the Democrats have of keeping or building a majority in 2022 is if they actually do stuff that concretely improves the lives of people. Now, COVID, we're probably going to be okay, and Biden will look great in 2 years and no one's going to remember this impeachment, by the way. We're Americans. We have the attention span of Memento. Oh, is this impeachment going to come back to haunt us? Shut up. Did it come back to haunt you last November? Please. But here's the deal. It's all about filibuster reform. I have become such a radical on it. Biden promised to deliver these results, right? So the Democrats can pass a couple of simple bills to fix everything. But if you're afraid the GOP is going to get in there and do this in 2 years, then it's definitely going to happen. Here's the deal. In 2 years, if we allow the Democrats to be blocked, going to the voters for 2022 midterms and saying, I wanted to help you all and save the economy, but that darn filibuster.
You're exactly right. People don't understand any of that. If I have to read one more, John, of this part of the story, one Republican senator expressed disappointment with Biden for not reeling back his party and coming down from his $1.9 trillion ask for COVID relief, warning that sticking to the Democrats' current demands would poison the well for cooperation in the Senate.
Yeah, it's all lies.
Oh, no.
Everything they say is lies. Everything they say.
He said it would be like declaring war around here, and you've got an impeachment on top of it. This is not a good way to start off. I love Chris Murphy. Senator Murphy said, oh, cry me a river. And
class warfare is anything that helps non-millionaires, right? If it helps non-millionaires, it's class warfare. If it helps millionaires, it's pro-growth. This is the same racket they have tricked and hoodwinked and bamboozled our right-wing loved ones.
Can you believe anyone with a straight face can say, oh, you're going to poison the well in the Senate? I'm like, excuse me. Yeah, Mitch McConnell strangled baby Jessica in the well after he poisoned it years ago.
Their job is not to tell the truth. Their job is not to honor their promises. Their job is to reward their donors. That's it. If you reward your donors, you get to be in Congress for decades and then be a lobbyist and be rich and do nothing. That's the whole program game.
And I love Jen Psaki, superstar. We need a
Psaki bomb.
Jen Psaki, superstar. But lawmakers floated the idea of passing a small bill with relief checks and vaccine money and then passing a bigger one later. Jen Psaki rejected that idea, saying we are not looking to split a package in two. John, we got to learn this lesson that we water things down and we, in the name of compromise, and then they don't vote for it anyway.
Yes.
And then we have
Yes, the last bill was watered down so much, Dick Cheney's pouring it on a guy's face in Gitmo. Look, you can't have a filibuster during a pandemic. I think that was a Dr. Seuss episode, but you can't have a filibuster during a pandemic. Anything should be able to pass with 51 votes. That's the way it's supposed to be. And here's the tough talk now. Here's the tough love. You ready? Any Democrats who've come out and said that they're against killing the filibuster? Mitch McConnell's not the obstructionist. They are. When Joe Manchin said this, they took away all of Schumer's bargaining power. If you can't bring a big stick to negotiate with these Republicans by giving it all away and saying, no, filibuster's safe, no. Joe Manchin would use it to protect the coal industry, and it has to go.
John, you know, because you worked with me for years, you know what a patriot I am. You know that taking charge of the hot bisexual woman senator has become my personal mission.
Me too, Stephanie.
To bring her gently, you and I will have a race to Senator Sinema to bring her gently to the light.
I interviewed her on Current.
Maybe she'll need both of us.
I interviewed her on Current, and I take credit for that. She is bisexual, but I'm confused. And the deal is that, with all respect to Senator Sinema, Senator Sinema takes a lot of money from certain organizations, certain industries that don't want filibuster reform. But I'm sorry, guys. Like, the greatest proof you need about BD Energy, the last Republican bill was the biggest package in history, and it was still inadequate. So now is a chance, but it won't happen if you've got Democrats being the real obstructionists right now. 202-224-3121. I'm saying it all the time. Right. It's the number to call the Senate, because the Democrats can pass.
And to say you're a senator like she does, and say I'm not open to changing my mind on the filibuster. I mean, you know, I like high maintenance women, and this is you throw me that challenge, why
would you say that? Why would she and Manchin do that? Like, you're just giving Republicans lie and say,
oh my God, she and I are having our first fight, and she doesn't even know who I. She doesn't even know who I am.
She knows who I am.
Travis, I love on Twitter, people now are like blaming me. They're like, you tell your girlfriend. And I'm like, well, only my girlfriend, in that I've never met her and she has no idea who I am, but okay.
I think she knows who you are, Steph. I think she's heard.
At this point, she's been warned. Secret Service has told her.
But when I hear Democrats say, and I get the arguments, but at this point, if I hear someone say, but if we get rid of the filibuster now, what's going to happen to us in 2 years if Republicans take power? If you're talking that way now, the Republicans already have power in 2 years.
They've already won.
The American people need to see profound results. Mitch McConnell already gave us scorched earth. Merrick Garland is scorched earth. Amy Coney Barrett is scorched earth. Brett Kavanaugh is scorched earth. No, Gorsuch should not be on the Supreme Court, okay?
Thank you.
Done it. Scorched earth, FDR-style morality. Joe Biden gets 2 years or less to do as much good as he can, because there will be no excuses if Democrats haven't produced results by 2022, and then we're screwed forever.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and on that note, we say good night. Okay.
Yeah, I'll bring funny stuff next time.
John Fugelsang, the Sanity Cast on the Sexy Liberal Podcast Network, and his own fantastic show right here on Sirius XM. And
and Sanity Cast is back, coming up with interviews with Jane Lynch and Kathy Griffin and Cristela Alonso and David Crosby and Gilbert Gottfried. Lots of new stuff coming up.
Yay! Name dropper. I love you. All right.
Thank you guys so much.
Sting says to stop that. All right. I love you. Goodbye.